What's happening, people? My name is Robbie and today we are back with another reaction video. So today we are watching another CNBC Make It Unlocked video. This is the series from CNBC where they take us into other people's homes from around the country and gives you the chance to compare their living situations to other people's living situations for certain price points. Today it is living in a $1,400 per month apartment in Portland, Oregon. In America, rents are considerably higher than they are in Scotland. For example, as I've mentioned before, my mortgage for my flat at the minute is under £500. So I could get a considerably better house than I've got just now for $1,400. And I quite like my flat for less than £500 a month. I like it very much actually. So before we get started with this video, I just need you to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're currently sitting on 266 subscribers and the growth of the channel has really slowed down this month. I've been quite busy with a few other things and haven't been able to give YouTube the time and attention that I have been able to give it previously. But it's now time to step on the gas again and see if we can grow the channel. So any new subscribers and likes on the video are hugely appreciated. And now that's out the way, let's crack on.
The process of finding an apartment was so stressful for me. I am a person that gets my hopes up about this kind of stuff, and then getting denied was like really heart-wrenching for me, and it happened several times.
Hi, welcome to my apartment in Portland, Oregon.
My name is Annika Hines. I'm 22 and I live in Portland, Oregon in a one-bedroom apartment. I live with my boyfriend and we pay $1,400 in rent a month. I'm a full-time...
Straight off the bat, she has enough room for a very large sofa and a hammock. Very interesting. Hammocks take up a decent amount of room.
student and a TikTok creator, and I also work for a small business here in Portland. My boyfriend and I split the rent down the middle and any other fees of the apartment. My apartment provides parking, which is so helpful here in Portland, so I'm really thankful to have a parking spot included, as well as trash and utilities are all included in my rent. Even though I prioritize decor, I am very thrifty with my decor. So most of my decor is either from thrift stores or found on the side of the street. I really wanted my space to feel very fun and youthful, and as a kid I always dreamt of having like a hammock and hanging chairs and stuff in my place when I got older, and I always kind of wondered why adults didn't. I'm really lucky that my boyfriend doesn't really care about decoration. All he brought to the table here was like a TV and his computer, and I got to kind of run wild with the decor. I tried to paint our kitchen a baby pink once, and he said, "Can we do another color?" And so it's still white right now. We're in that debate.
She has a chair hanging from the ceiling as well. So the sofa, the hanging chair and the hammock. This living room must be huge. I quite like the idea of the hanging chair as well. The hammock seems like a problem. She sat down in the hammock and she had a cup of coffee, and I can promise you if I sat down with a cup of coffee in a hammock, I would tip out of the hammock and burn myself. Silly idea.
I think this rent for this apartment and the amount of space that we have is a great deal for Portland, especially in this location.
So I thought $1,400 was quite a lot, but it's actually below market value really. So that's pretty good.
I found the apartment hunt very difficult here in Portland. I was looking at pretty much every day on Craigslist, rent.com, apartment.com, a bunch of different online sites. It is incredibly hard to find a place with good specifications if you don't have previous renter experience or if you don't have a good credit score. I applied to like 3 apartments before this one, and we were declined because of the credit score of my partner, even though we both made the right income and we both had previous renter experience. So once we found this place, I was really adamant to like make sure we got it. I ended up having to apply to this place on my own.
There you go. Your credit score is often more important than your income in terms of getting an apartment, getting a mortgage, getting a new car on finance. You need a good credit score. Take it from me as someone who didn't have a very good credit score for a long time. It's very important.
And use a cosigner, which was my grandma. The reason I had a cosigner is because I do not make 4 times this rent, and it's very rare to find anybody who does and is living in a 1-bedroom apartment in Portland. Like they'd be living in probably a bigger place. So The only way I was able to get this place was with the help of my family.
Sitting in the hammock with a coffee, playing with fire, boiling water.
So the upfront cost of moving into this place was first and last.
I wonder what her landlord's opinion is of having holes drilled in the ceiling to have chairs hanging there, when realistically you could just put a chair on the floor.
It was $13.60 each, and then I paid $50 key fee, and that was the initial amount I put forward of $2,770. It was a lot to put up front initially, especially because I'm a college student. I'm paying for school out of pocket and with a few financial aid helps from scholarships. But I was lucky enough to have a little bit of a savings put away from high school as I worked full-time throughout high school. So I had a savings put away specifically for this reason of finding a place that I really was settled and loved. I love Southeast, it's where I work, and it's kind of a more
Is that a place called Baghdad? Interesting.
urban area of Portland, lots of food carts and lots of shopping, and it was where I wanted, to settle in Portland. This apartment is 700 square feet in total. I feel like this apartment size is perfect for us now. We do have 2 cats, so we're starting to outgrow it, I think, with them. But I think a 1-bedroom in Portland at this size is perfect for 2 people.
I also wonder what the landlord's opinion is of having 2 cats. 2 cats and a lot of holes in the ceiling. Seems like a hassle.
The one downside to the apartment that I live in is that we don't have laundry or a dishwasher, so I have to drive to the laundromat every week to do my laundry. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the space.
So fair enough, that would be very inconvenient, having to pack up your dirty laundry, take it somewhere else, wash it, dry it, take it home. But the lack of dishwasher, I'm sure you can survive without a dishwasher. I lived here for a year with a brand new dishwasher that I didn't use because I didn't generate enough dishes to really warrant using a dishwasher. So it's very easy to get by without a dishwasher. Although now that I do use the dishwasher, I can't live without it, so hypocrite.
Here is the entrance to my apartment. It has this kind of awkward little hallway that I decided to add this mural to. And to my left is my bedroom. My bedroom is quite small for 2 people, especially closet space is a struggle. So I have this hanging clothing rack that I kind of improvised from a shelf that I found. Here is my living room. This is like my favorite spot in my apartment. It feels very bright and open.
I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. I thought that mirror was a doorway, so I thought the apartment was like twice as big. I'm now just realising after seeing the skateboards and the reflection in the mirror that those are on the wall behind the TV. So dumb.
This couch I found on Craigslist for $200. I was looking for something very specific with my couch, so I was refreshing it every day looking for a gray couch that was like this size. And one day it just popped up and it's been perfect for us ever since. I think it's due for an update though. I'd like to get a new couch soon. And this mirror I found in the dressing room of a place going out of business, and I got it for free because they were just closing and were getting rid of their stuff. So that was a score, especially since floor-length mirrors are very expensive. And then right here I have 2 crates hanging on my wall. This one's empty right now, but usually my cat Figgy is sitting in it, watching over the whole apartment. It's kind of her throne. And then I also have it displaying some books and some other plants and decor. Both my boyfriend and I skate and snowboard, so I really wanted to make use of space and display our equipment. So I hung our snowboard up here above our TV, and then also our skateboards here so that we can take them down and use them whenever we want.
That blue skateboard has not been used. I skated for quite a few years, and I can tell you now, those trucks have barely been used, and that deck has hardly been used at all. The red one looks to be somewhat used, trucks almost not used at all. Fake skateboarders. Students are notorious for being fake skateboarders, and I don't like it.
And right here I have my hammock. This is my favorite spot in my apartment. I have this seating area where I put all my plants, and then a bunch of windows where I can look out on the city, and so I put my hammock here so I can drink coffee in the morning and kind of stare out the window. And then right here I have my hanging chair, which used to be very bright and colorful. I got it at a thrift store, but I decided to tone it down with one solid color. This is fabric I got at a thrift store, and I covered it myself, and it's perfect. So right here I have a table that I made from
a thing I found on the side of the road, and then I tiled it myself. And this is where I do a lot of my work. And then we also have this desk behind me, and this is where my boyfriend spends most of his time playing video games and doing his work. And this is where I have my favorite mural in my house and one of the first projects that I did when I moved into this apartment. And here is my kitchen. It's a little boring at the moment. I would like to add a little bit more color to it eventually, but for now it's functional and it's perfect for me. I plan on living this place kind of until I outgrow it. I mean, for me right now, especially as a college student and juggling kind of work and school and my TikTok, it's like the perfect place for me. And I think at some point I will outgrow it, and that's when I will take the leap to maybe a bigger space or a different location. I would love to buy a home. It's actually my dream, considering I love DIY projects and decorating. I'd love to be able to knock down walls and do whatever I want to the place that I live, which I can't really do when I'm renting. I think it's really important when you find a space that you love that you make it your own, and so that's what I've done. Like, my personality is in my place, and that is what makes my apartment so perfect for me. And I think that's what everyone should do with their space, is make it a place that they feel comfortable and they feel themselves, and it's a reflection of them. And so that's what I try and do with my decoration.
Interesting. So that video seemed more focused on the way the apartment was laid out, the decoration in the apartment, and less on the cost of the apartment and the typical things you would see from CNBC Make It. Still quite interesting though. Would I like an apartment with rainbows on the walls? Not really. But she makes a good point that you should decorate your home in a way that makes you feel comfortable and happy. I'll be honest, when I moved into my flat, I painted this room, the other bedroom, new carpets. That's been pretty much it in almost 3 years. I probably could have benefited from doing more decoration other than just hanging things on the walls and buying furniture and things like that, but maybe not go as far as drilling holes in the ceiling to hang hammocks and swinging chairs. It also would have been nice to hear her boyfriend's opinion on the way things were decorated. By the looks of it, it seems like it was pretty much all her decoration and designs, and it was hard to put all the effort into actually making the place look like a home. Is he just a typical guy who just lets his girlfriend decorate it relatively however she wants? Because let's face it, she would probably decorate it better than he would anyway. I know that's the case at my house anyway. The other thing I will say though regarding the boyfriend is it doesn't appear that he has his name on the tenancy agreement or the lease in a situation where they break up. Where does that leave him? Does that leave him homeless? Slightly risky scenario, I would think. So let's get a look at the comments and see what the general consensus is here. Investing in Bitcoin is really profitable, especially with the current rise in bubble. Okay. Danger Will Robinson. If that boyfriend decides to up and leave, she and her grannies are on the hook for the rent. He needs to get his credit straight ASAP so he can be put on the lease and our granny can come off. He needs to be just as legally responsible for the roof over his head as she is. Very true, is the point I just made. If you're living there and you're contributing to the rent, you really should be on the tenancy agreement, the lease agreement. You can't just rely on other people and other people's family members because your credit isn't good. You absolutely should be fixing your credit score so you can be put on the tenancy agreement as well. The situation is precarious for her grandmother. If she and her boyfriend break up, she's not going to be able to make her rent and her poor granny will be on the hook. Same again. They should really fix that situation pretty quickly. So there we have it. It seems that the general consensus is they need to fix that current rental situation where he's not on the lease, he's not on the hook for anything. If there's any damage done to the place, it's her and her grandmother's responsibility. If they default on the rent, it's her and her grandmother's responsibility. Realistically, he has no responsibility in this house, so I hope he's focusing on fixing his credit score so he can be put on the lease and things can be done properly, and that can give her grandmother peace of mind without having to be a guarantor. Personally, I wouldn't want to be a guarantor for a student apartment, but that's just me. So I think that will do it for the reaction video today. Maybe we'll get an update from CNBC one day and they've fixed their tenancy agreement and they're both on the agreement since they're both paying for it. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on Friday. Take it easy.